happened once, long ago, that there were two princes, born within about a year of each other. The first had a happy life, a good life, and eventually became king. The second, who as far as the parents knew had had an identical upbringing, was yet not such a happy young man when he grew, and that was because, unbeknownst to his mother and father, as a wee baby he was visited every night by an evil crow who perched upon the windowsill and said, "Bah! It is loathsome to be human! Bah! It is loathsome to be human! Bah! I assure you agree that it's just insufferably loathsome to be human! Bah! Bah! Bah!" The child cried and cried and cried and could not be consoled. And so it was throughout his life until he became a young man, learning to understand the words and never doubting they were true, never doubting what he had been told every day for his entire life, as it was in fact loathsome to be human, and none knew why he was so gloomy when his brother was so happy. As a young man, his one consolation was to walk among the woods and be around nature, be with those animals who were not human and therefore not loathsome. And though he was a glum soul, he was a kind-hearted soul, and when he came upon a little injured sparrow, he was happy to nurse it back to health. And the sparrow said, "Toot toot, you have helped me, so I shall help you. I will grant you 3 wishes. Listen carefully. The first 2 wishes you can undo as you will. It will be with if you have never made them. But the 3rd wish, that one, you stuck with. Have your wishing, and goodbye." And away went the sparrow. And the sparrow was a good bird, unlike the evil crow that visited him again that night. "Bah! It is loathsome to be human! Bah! It is loathsome to be human!" And so the next day he walked through the woods and he came to a pool where there were many goldfish swimming around. And they looked quite happy with their lives, and indeed they were. So he said, "I wish I were a goldfish." And so he swam around as a goldfish, not a care in the world, not the memory span to develop a care in the world. And for the first time, that goldfish prince knew happiness. Until, that is, he looked behind him, and there, bearing down upon him, was a great mouth of a bigger fish, bearing down upon him, ready to devour him. Ah! Ah! I don't want to be fish anymore, I want to be human again. And a human again he was. It is loathsome to be human. Next, he came to a mighty oak tree. And what a proud and happy oak tree it appeared, being home to all the animals, from the tiniest humble woodlouse to the birds that nested in its branches, to the squirrels that nibbled on its nuts. And he thought how good it would be to be a tree, and he said, "I wish I were a tree," and a tree he was. And he was happy for a time, until, "I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay, I sleep all night and I work all day. Oh, that's a nice tree. I think I'll have that one." And as the lumberjack lifted his axe, "No, I don't want to be a tree anymore!" And much to the surprise of the lumberjack, the tree was suddenly a human, a young, naked man. It is loathsome to be human. Ah! It is loathsome to be human! So, the next time he wandered far and wide, as far as he could get from his life. He wanted away from the castle, away from the crow, away from his entire life, away from this foul stench of humanity, and he came to the place where there stood many statues, beautiful statues of men and women who had lived long ago. And he thought how beautiful they were, and he said, "I wish I were one of those statues." And a statue he was. Remember, this is his 3rd wish. He can't undo this one. He was happy for a while, and he might still be a statue to this day, were it not for the gypsy princess who came along and admired the beauty of the statue, came by every day, and little by little, bit by bit, fell in love with the statue, who, much to crow who had been watching the whole thing and wondered who dared undo his mischief said, "Bah! It is loathsome to be human! Bah! It is loathsome!" He was shot down by a bolt through the heart from the crossbow of the gypsy princess. She had shot it dead, and with the death of the crow, its spell was broken. The lovers fell into each other's arms, and he could see, for the first time in his life,